Hey. I'm fucking snowing. I arrived in Vienna yesterday. I'm here till the 14th or 15th. I've got 10 days of shooting, 10 very long days of shooting. And I just thought it'd be interesting to talk a little bit about my setup and what's happening with the shoot and what I bring and what we rent and that kind of thing. This is where I'm staying. It's pretty nice. It's one of the times where an Airbnb works out pretty well because I'm going to be here long enough. I just don't want to be eating out all the time. Not good for my health, not good for how much money I spend. So having somewhere that's got a kitchen, really nice. And the other thing with Airbnbs is if you're there longer, they do tend to get cheaper, if you get me. So like their price per night is often discounted if you're staying for like 2 weeks, in my experience. But part of that is I need to go and do a weekly shop. Problem is, in Vienna, everything is closed on a Sunday. I should have gone yesterday, but I got here and I just really wanted to get out and run. So I did that instead, which was foolish because everything shuts at like 6 on a Saturday as well. I don't know why they're so work shy here. Just kidding. But yeah, so I found a supermarket that's half an hour away in one of the stations. Hopefully they've got some basic stuff. I'm going to make myself some like pasta and some soup and some stuff that I can just like reheat through the week. It'll be nice. It'll be calming, and it'll see me right for the evenings. And then I might eat out tonight because there's a place that I really like here called Swing Kitchen. So let's see what this supermarket's like. I know what it's going to be like. It's a bit. I've been here dozens of times. So, one thing, I'll do like a little tour of this place. Not that you'll stay in this exact one, but like these are the things I like to look out for when I'm booking somewhere, like a washing machine, because I've done that where you come somewhere for ages and you just have to bring that many clothes, or you have to go one day find a laundrette where you have to go and like hang out for a bit. Not great. The thing that struck me in here was they've got instant coffee, they've got a cafetiere, they've got an espresso machine, and they've also got a drip coffee machine, which, drip would be my preference. I'm going to grab some coffee for that and some filters, hopefully. But yeah, I just like the fact that there was 4 ways to make coffee. Right, let's get on the road. Also, I love these like vintage IKEA mugs, very classic. So I'm heading down to the supermarket, but I've also found a camera shop that is open today, which is fucking rare as well. It is so that I can buy some Instax film. So I brought my Instax camera with me, and I thought it might be nice to get some photos with that. One thing I find really annoying here is that you can get fined if you cross when it's not a green man. Which, honestly, sometimes you're just like, there's no cars here. And I've never been fined, I've never been caught doing it, but I've been warned quite a few times by people from here, people who live here, that you just shouldn't do it. So yeah, it makes for an annoying experience. Like now, there's no cars about. I'm going to miss that light. So what am I doing here? It's a product refresh. So a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, yeah, March 2023, we did the last refresh in my studio. So a couple of the guys from Paper Republic came over to me. We shot it all in my studio. I had 2 setups going. It was a lot of work, but all the planning fell to me. They were only here. They were only with me for a week, so we had to like settle on all the looks and get them right for the whole shoot, all within that first week. This time we've got more eyes on it. We've got more people organising it. So I'm there as photographer. Client representation will be Claire and Paul, who will be, helping out, making sure it stays on brand guidelines. Then we've got, I mentioned me, I'll be there. No Katie this time, just because Katie often does the organisational side. So she does like DIT stuff. She does she's kind of somewhere between like production assistant, DIT, and like producer. But for this one, we've also got the agency. So they've brought an agency in to do the kind of the creative look for this shoot. So they've put together a pitch of what they think it should all look like. They have done all the planning, and they've got a guy who I think he's doing the lighting. So they've got a guy who's doing the lighting, but it seems like he's also going to handle the DIT stuff as well, which is nice because especially on a shoot that's this big, it's a pain in the arse. The camera shop didn't have the Instax mini stuff. They had Instax, like the wide and the square, but not the OG one. But I bought a coffee off the guy, and it was a gallery, so that's fun, I guess. A little look round. Coffee wasn't fantastic. That was a fucking ordeal. Couldn't find the shop for like 20 minutes. And then it was a smaller shop, and it's Billa, which is like the expensive. It's like doing your weekly shop at Waitrose. Yeah, it was like a small shop tucked away and not where Google Maps said it was. And if I'd just gone in a different entrance, it would have been absolutely fine. Right, I'm gonna go get some food now. I know I've just bought a load of food, but I'm gonna try and like meal prep for the week today, which shouldn't take too long. Swing kitchen, where's the nearest one? Not a bad thing. I can go and drop off the shopping and then go to this swing kitchen place. I've just crossed the road now though for no reason. I'm gonna meal prep as much as I can for the week. I've got like rice and beans to make like burritos. I've got some like burrito taco seasoning stuff, some like vegan cheese and nuggets and things like that. I ended up spending like €40 in there, but what are you going to do? It's the only place that was open, and I'm just not, I'm not going to feel like going shopping during the week, and 2, I'm not going to have the time to, cook realistically in the evenings. There's stuff to think about, like making sure batteries are sorted and that kind of thing. Grab some more oats tomorrow, and then I've got like breakfast for the week. I also brought some Huel with me, which is kind of like, it was perfect yesterday because after I got back and realised none of the shops are going to be open, I had a Huel dinner, which, whilst not ideal, at least I got some nutrition and felt relatively satisfied, even if I had to mix it with some oats to just give me some texture, because eating eating Huel, drinking it, it's not the most satisfying meal texturally, and also because it's not a hot meal that you have to chew. It just doesn't feel like anything really. But like I say, it was good in a pinch, because otherwise it would have been like McDonald's or something last night, which is even less ideal. I can't believe how long it took me to find that fucking supermarket in there though. That was ridiculous. It wasn't even clear where it was on the map, because the map was saying it was at the other end, but it wasn't. It was just that some floors were flipped, because I was like, okay, so it's at the opposite end to McDonald's. It was not at the opposite end to McDonald's. We cross back over now. Weirdly cinematic. Honestly, it's mad that I'm even putting out anything at all today, because that was a 10-hour and a little bit day. But it was good. There's 9 more of them left to do. I don't know what my energy's going to be like at the end of it, but I'm going to need to probably lie down for a week. I think the key is going to be getting some sleep, but also getting some like actual proper exercise. I don't really know what I'm trying to tell you in this video. What are you learning from me? What am I putting out into the world? I think it's that being just the kind of most decent person you can be, being someone that people are happy to work with, is going to take you further than being absolutely incredible at your job. There are people who are going to pick up the pieces. There are people who are going to work with you that are going to fill in those holes that your skills don't fit into. For example, I know my organizational skills aren't great. I push myself to be better at it. I work really hard at it, so they're okay. But having someone on set who is dialed in to organization, who is there looking at each image coming in, going, right, this is what we've got to, just doing all the stuff that I know that I'm bad at. It allows me to focus on the things that I need to focus on. There's a couple of things from that. It's hard at the start where you've got to do everything yourself, but then in a way it's easier because there's just you doing it. You don't have to like communicate those things to someone else. But as I say, being a decent person to work with is gonna keep you getting employed. Paper Republic, who I'm working with this week, this is my 10th year working with them. I've grown with them. This isn't one of those clients that you get, and I had these and I stayed with other clients like this for too long, where they got you at a price. I remember one, it was someone who did like a food product, and they got me in at like £70 a shoot. That was me. I was just like, yeah, 70 quid, that's amazing. And did some decent work, and then I got better, and then I said, this is how much I charge, and they were like, we can't afford that. Nobbled me down on price. I wanted to work with them because sometimes the flip side of being a decent person is that you feel obliged to say yes to these kind of things, where you feel obligated because of what's already happened to say yes to a price that's below what you feel like you're worth, because you've grown as a creative, as an artist, whatever it is. Years down the line, when they're on the shelves in major supermarkets and they sack you off because you're too expensive, or because they think of you as the cheap person. This is a big old ramble, but they're the ones that you should look out for and be like, no. Paper Republic, on the other hand, as they've grown and I've grown, we've grown together. The shoots that we do have grown in scale, in budget, and it makes for such an incredible work experience, not in high school. It makes for such an incredible working day, working week, working experience that everyone just kind of wants to do the best they can. And so, whilst yes, I am going to be tired this week, I'm also part of an incredible team, and we're going to all carry each other through. That's all I've got in me. Thanks for watching. See you next week.